man? It's y'all big brother, Big Nina Boy, man. Go check out my new channel, Nina Boy Hood Reaction. And nigga, be real to yourself before you real with anybody else. Gang. What's the big old deal? Man? It's y'all friend from that end, man. We back at it. Y'all been requesting that Nina Boy speak on the Diddy situation, man. See, right now, Diddy is under fire. You see what I'm saying? He's getting hit in so many different directions. Y'all got to understand. You know how the domino effect work, bro. Like once you get inside that spider web, one thing happened, everything fall down. Right now, it's all bad. Code 10. Now, Tupac's estate is suing Diddy, and they open up an investigation in regards to the murder. I told y'all, in the beginning of time, that Keefe D is sitting in prison behind him trying to write the little story. You got to realize Keefe D was in prison. He's in jail behind saying that he was just in the car. He already came out with the allegations that Puff Daddy had put out $1 million hit. He was supposed to get the money, but the dude Zip never gave him the money. You see what I'm saying? Diddy got backdoored by Zip, and Keefe D and them allegedly went ahead and made the hit. So you got to look at the situation. It's all bad because Diddy is fighting for his life in regards of sex trafficking and all that. But once they hit him, once they already got the investigation in regards of the hit for Tupac. Got to realize this has been Diddy been going down this rabbit hole for years. He had the money, he had the power, he had the influence. Y'all got to realize Tupac died over 20-some years ago. You see what I'm saying? We talking about it in the 90s. We talking about where, you know what I'm saying, when your mama went to the church to get them canned goods. You see what I'm saying? And you know, when your mama, you know, she waited till everybody go to sleep before she let her little boyfriend come up there and hit that thing. You know what I'm saying? And he asked downstairs, you like, get off my mama. You know, y'all remember them days in the 90s. If you was grown or if you was a kid, you remember. Diddy is definitely finna go. You got to look at what Keefe D is going through. Keefe D is sitting in jail. Man is 60-some years old. You know what I'm saying? High blood pressure, cancer, all these different medical issues that he got. Don't think for a second if he wouldn't just throw all of this shit on Diddy. Diddy is definitely finna be. We worrying about what's going on with these sex charges. You got to look what's going on with Tupac. So with that being said, let's jump into this $1 million hit on Tupac. It is real new update. It's been confirmed that Diddy is definitely involved with that $1 million hit. And he put that check under this LLC called Background Records, man. So with that being said, shout out to everybody that's been looking into the Tupac theory. We on, man. We back cracking, man. I tried to stay away from it. You know, that boy Reggie White and all them people from back in the 90s, I got too close. Y'all got to realize when we was going down that rabbit hole, I got too close. Where people would start, the phone calls was happening, all of this crazy, weird stuff was going on. So, you know, I'm a hood dude, so I'm going to fall back. You know what I'm saying? The money wasn't booming like that, so I'm like small fries to a Big Mac. But by popular demand, y'all want me to jump back in it, man? Let's get to it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go.
Ready, nigga? Yeah. Ready for that raw dog shit, nigga? Okay, all right.
Been talking to a therapist, trying to help me with the shit I'm saying. I said crazy shit with my mom. No reason. Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about brother because he got Tupac killed.
Somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge not gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
It's on now. Hey, yourself, cuz. Hey, see, y'all gotta realize if Tupac and Biggie was still alive, let's be clear, it would not be no grown men running around in skinny jeans with a Glock with a dick on it and a fanny pack. You know what I'm saying? It would not be none of that. You see what I'm saying? This new Gen X generation, no disrespect to you young killers out there, because I know you niggas some young killers, but you would not be running around here in skinny jeans and wearing them high short man briefs. Like it's definitely a disconnect between the 80s and the 90s babies compared to the 2000 and let's say 2010 babies. It's a very big disconnect. Let's be clear. We all got to realize what's going on. Suge Knight was going to go to jail regardless. You got to look at everything that took place. One person that we ain't been talking about in a long time is Reggie White. Reggie White, you got to realize he was offered $50,000 to give up Suge Knight's address. It was a money play. All of this shit that took place, all the people that profited and made millions of dollars who became powerhouse names in the 90s, the masses is coming to come take them down. Y'all got to look at what's going on. They're not just going after Diddy. They going after Jay-Z, anybody that profited from back then. That scandal, they got to out with the old, in with the new. Everybody got to go. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got to look at when Aaliyah died, the conspiracy. Look at Dame Dash. He's no longer profitable. Everybody from the 90s is going down. I don't know how y'all get this idea that, these dudes are good people. Nah, everybody had to sacrifice something back then. Everybody, whether it was your family, whether it's your hood, whether it's your people, they sold their souls long time ago. You see what I'm saying? Now that they up in age and everybody having health issues and got the Frederick Douglass, you should see Diddy right now. Diddy has a lot of things going on with him. Y'all got to look at the bigger picture. This was already set in stone. Keefe D is in jail for a murder he didn't commit. How is that possible? They don't have substantial evidence to say, hey, we got you dead bang. Why? Because the gun that was used to kill Tupac, it was Reggie White gave Kevin Hackey the gun. They supposed to lock it in evidence, and then Reggie White finally removed the evidence from the locker when it was supposed to be inside the evidence locker. So when we go down this rabbit hole, I need y'all support if y'all want me to go down this rabbit hole, because last time I'm talking about it was ugly. It was ugly going down this rabbit hole for Nina. You see what I'm saying? And I was just like, damn, 1 minute y'all watching, the next minute y'all not. I'm like, shit, if y'all want to hear some gang bangers shooting each other and killing each other and all that shit, then I'll stick to that. But if we go down this rabbit hole, man, I'm going to need y'all to tune in, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's get into it, gang. Let's go. We on now.
World of hip-hop has been shaken once again by explosive claims about the murders of two rap legends, Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls. Recent revelations have brought Sean Diddy.
Trimlight has the best bulb design. They tuck under the soffit to avoid
Combs into the limelight, with multiple sources suggesting a possible connection to the deaths of these iconic artists. Is Diddy really responsible for the tragic murders of Tupac and Biggie? Let's dive into the details and separate the facts from fiction. At a recent concert, rapper 50 Cent made headlines when he claimed that Diddy was involved in the murder of Tupac. This isn't the first time 50 Cent has taken aim at the hip-hop mogul, but this accusation is one of the most direct and shocking. He suggested that Diddy played a pivotal role in orchestrating Tupac's assassination, raising eyebrows and reigniting debates about who really killed the West Coast legend.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I was saying, last time they left me, I said something about puffing. You saw that? So yeah. I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the shit I be saying. I said crazy shit with my mom. Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about brother because he got Tupac killed. And that was for real reason. We understood that. Well, the prison shit that I see online, right?
It's not just 50 Cent who's pointing fingers at Diddy. Eminem, a rap heavyweight, also hinted at Diddy's alleged involvement in Tupac's death in his diss track Kill Shot, aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. While Eminem may have stated it in a lyrical, perhaps even sarcastic fashion, his mention of Diddy's involvement further fueled the conspiracy theories surrounding the death of Tupac Shakur.
Eminem shocked the hip-hop community on Friday, September 14th, when he dropped the Kill Shot diss track aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. One line in particular has the internet working overtime. This idiot's boss pops pills and tells him that he got skills, but Kels, the day you put out a hit is the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed, he spits, essentially implicating Diddy in Tupac's murder. One Twitter user wrote, "This is the Eminem I love the most." As most hip-hop aficionados know, Tupac's 1996 murder remains unsolved to this day. In fact, Thursday, September 13th, marked 22 years since the hip-hop luminary was fatally shot in Las Vegas. While M's accusations are bold, he insists he's joking at the end of the song, and I'm just playing
For years, and now he finds himself behind bars, potentially facing charges directly connected to Tupac's assassination.
Rapper Tupac Shakur died September 13th, 1996, following a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, and Biggie Smalls was gunned down in Los Angeles 6 months later on March 9th, 1997.
All right, so let's be clear, right? So y'all gotta understand why did y'all think that Puffy paid that money to Cassidy? Because not only did Cassidy, put out everything that took place with her being, physically abused and having these freak offs with Diddy, but let's be clear. If y'all looked at everything that she stated, she mentioned the time where they was at the crib out there in Beverly Hills and they caught Suge Knight at a diner in Hollywood. And him and the security guards loaded up their guns and jumped in the car to try to go down there and gun Suge Knight. See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This shit is finna go down. This is definitely a scary situation when we look at it, because who's going to be in the forefront of this? Suge Knight. Why? The only people that was alive, that's still alive, because y'all got to realize Kevin Hackey was Tupac's security guard, right? That was his bodyguard. That was the person who was close to Tupac the longest. If we go down this rabbit hole, y'all will realize that Kevin Hackey was an informant for the FBI. You see what I'm saying? This shit goes so deep that a lot of key players that's involved, they profited behind the scenes. This wasn't just no Diddy. Diddy is definitely a major instrument that took place that happened with Tupac's murder. But this shit involves everybody from Reggie White Sr., Reggie White Jr., everybody. You see what I'm saying? They backdoored Suge Knight. Suge Knight didn't make the money he was supposed to make. Puffy was the one, because at the end of the day, Suge Knight didn't want to play ball. They wanted Tupac dead already. They already wanted. You got to realize the president at the time didn't have the knowledge of what Tupac's mission was. Remember, Brenda had a baby. Brenda got a baby. Remember when that hit the news? Nobody paid attention to what happened to Brenda got a baby. And then when Tupac rapped about it, they said it was vulgar content. The language, the way he was painting stories like Picasso. The nigga could definitely get in the studio, rap his ass off, and he will paint a vivid image where not only can we dig the music, but we actually could see what he was saying. A lot of people are not articulate enough to do that. Nowadays, y'all listen. See, when I was coming up, we listened to drug dealer music. Gangsters made drug dealer music. This new generation, they making drug using music. Everybody is talking about using drugs. When we was coming up, we talked about selling drugs. It's a disconnect. These little niggas out here using what's that little shit called? Galaxy gas. Whip it. These niggas is actually spraying nitro or gas, whatever that shit is, inside their lungs, just to have a very white voice. Talk about all that weird ass. You got so much shit going on in today's society that we are definitely blind. When we look at this, let me tell y'all something. Gene Deal is definitely, it's finna go down. Gene Deal is one. If y'all remember, Gene Deal called me and checked me. Hey, Playboy, don't be lying on my name. Shout out to Gene Deal, man. That's one of the dudes that I highly respect. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a major part of what happened. He not only holds the deepest secrets of Diddy, but he also know the truth about that person who was bleeding in their butt. Diddy made somebody butt bleed. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I did my research going down that rabbit hole, Diddy was definitely backdooring some shit. And a lot of them dudes, you know what I'm saying, they had to bust it open for Diddy. Diddy had to bust it open. Diddy didn't get to the top by his knowledge. He wasn't talented enough. Diddy did not get to the top just off of his brains and his idea. You got to realize there's A&Rs that come bring shit like that to him. You see what I'm saying? Diddy had his motherfucking back door split wide open as well as the mother. See, let me tell y'all something. Hurt people hurt people. Hey, catch this gang though, nigga. Hey, I promise y'all, hurt people hurt people. Most of these niggas out here that's gang banging, killers and all that shit, man, a lot of these dudes is emotional. You got to look at the time that we living in. We're living in the time where we're still sitting up here saying, nigga, I die out here for nothing. You see what I'm saying? I feel like when I'm looking at all of this shit, it's like you'll never know somebody until they turn on you. You don't know people until they turn on you. And most of the time when we look at this shit, man, y'all got to realize it was an officer that got to Tupac's, when Tupac got shot, his name was Chris Carls. He asked Tupac who shot him. This was the first officer that was on the scene. This is around the 90s when they start having bike cops. If y'all remember, if y'all from the West Coast, they had a lot of bike cops back in the day, homie. And when y'all look at this shit, bro, they didn't have police cams and all of that shit. This shit was a play, right? The money got lost. The money got lost. Diddy put the hit out on Tupac. Everybody know this shit. Reason why 50 Cent is doing his campaign is because he see the opportunity, the marketing. If he played ball with the masses, say, hey, I get on board. Yeah, we know what really happened. All we got to do is we got to stick to the plan. I promise y'all within the next 2 to 3 years, 50 Cent is going to be the Jay-Z, the Puff Daddy, because mind you, he came in at the back end of the stick. He was like the last one of the ones, and he never got his time. That's why he said, oh, I don't want $500 million right now. He know if he play ball, play his position, be a good boy, and listen to everybody else, he's going to be the next big thing. They got to put somebody in power, right? Each racial community, they got to put somebody at the top. Make no doubt about it. Everybody from Jay-Z, from the top, Dame Dash, the babies, all of them people, they got to go. They've been in a chair 20-something years. There's no way that they're going to have another 40-some years. They got too much money. They're egos. Once you start making the type of money that Diddy, Jay-Z makes, and you think you go talk to the masses with an attitude, man, listen, they got you there. 50 Cent is willing to play ball. I promise y'all, 50 Cent is going to be the biggest thing. How we look at Jay-Z, 50 Cent is going to be the next Jay-Z. 50 Cent is going to be the next Puff Daddy because he's willing to go at anybody at any expense. So pay attention to what's going on, man. If y'all want to go down this rabbit hole goes so deep that it's going to get ugly. It's going to get bad, man. Let's get to it.
The public and their fans still want to know who killed the rap stars, even though it's been 20 years. Now a retired cop from Los Angeles is convinced he has solved the murders. The LAPD detective Greg Kading's prime suspect is Sean Diddy Combs. In a documentary titled Murder Rap, the ex-cop claims that Combs, once known as P. Diddy, offered Crips member Keefe D, whose real name is Dwayne Keith Davis, $1 million.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments could literally
$1 million to wax Shakur and his manager, Suge Knight. Then Knight shelled out $13,000 to his own hitman, Bloods member Poochie, whose real name is Wardell Faust, to kill the late Biggie Smalls in retaliation. Kading supposedly wrangled a confession out of Keefe D.
The story takes another twist with the arrest of Keefe D for Tupac's murder. This revelation has added fuel to the fire, as Keefe D was allegedly the middleman who was supposed to receive the payment from Diddy for orchestrating the hit. While no official statement confirms these claims, the timing of Keefe D's arrest has people questioning whether the truth about Tupac's death is finally coming to light.
Puffy gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it. And I remember when I interviewed TK Kirkland, who was actually roommates with Zip at one point. They were that close. He actually said, yeah.
The feds said that too.
He said that shit actually happened. Well, the story that has circulated was that after Tupac got killed, Puffy allegedly gave the money.
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefe and them.
Yes.
But he never gave the money to him.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire, a murder for hire. So thank God. It's just a true story. I'm not saying yes or no, but if he would have.
See, this is what y'all don't realize. Everybody that's sitting up here, I have no problem with Vlad TV, but Vlad TV have all the original content from Keefe D stating what happened between the money that happened between Zip and Keefe D. Puff Daddy gave Zip $1 million check for Keefe D to go kill Tupac, right? They went and did the mission. Zip never gave Keefe D the money. By Keefe D never getting the money, is basically he did that shit for free. Now his whole murder crew, they up there thinking they supposed to be paid. You see what I'm saying? That money was supposed to go, who was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That money, it was supposed to go 5 ways. $1 million was supposed to go 5 ways. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's why Keefe D don't see. Y'all gotta realize Keefe D is actually in. Keefe D didn't even kill Tupac. Let's be clear. He did. He might, if he had something to do with it. All right, fine. But Keefe D did not kill. Y'all understand? Keefe D is sitting behind bars, a 60-something-year-old man who ran his fucking mouth to sell some books. See, you got to look at it like this. How is it? Look at what we're living in. We're living in a country where you can make a lie or rumor or have a fictitious story about a murder that took place 20-something years ago without the proper evidence. They still don't got the gun that killed Tupac. The gun is already disposed. Kevin Hackey had the gun in his possession. Reggie White gave it to him. You got to realize not only is Reggie White is going to testify in regards to this case, Vlad TV is going to have to testify. Kevin Hackey is gone. Kevin Hackey was Tupac's bodyguard. Y'all got to realize Reggie White has been over there. Shout out to Bomb First. I rock with Bomb First, right? Dope content. But why do y'all think for the last 5 years, Reggie White has been hiding over there at Bomb First, giving all those exclusive scenarios and synopsis about what really took place? He is dirty. Reggie White is an ex-police officer who got hired by Suge Knight to hide the bodies, the murders. We talking about 1996, nigga. We talking about where there wasn't no cameras on at no red light. Where we're talking about they had CCTV cameras that can be manipulated. Reggie White is going to be a very important instrument in the whole case. Like I'm telling y'all, man, it's a lot of dirty shit that happened in 1996. A lot of people, y'all, this didn't just steal from this shit. Look at what happened with R. Kelly. Y'all, everybody saying R. Kelly was having sex with underage girls. Their mamas knew that R. Kelly was a sex fiend. They mamas let that man go pick up their daughters. You got in 1996, poverty was at an all-time high. You know, mothers was raising their kids. Don't you come back in this house with a wet pussy and you ain't had nothing to eat. You got to realize in 1996, you know, you 17, 18, and you being defiant. You coming home and shit. Your mama sitting on the porch. She smoking on her cigarette. You try to go sit down. Let me get a cigarette, mama. And she's like, what your hot ass want a cigarette for? Oh, I just had some drinks. I need to come there before I go to bed. Did you mama, you cook? She's like, did I cook? No, I didn't cook for you. Why you ain't cooking? I'm your daughter. Yeah, you went out there and gave your hot ass pussy a party, but now you want to come in this house and after you got done fucking on Tommy and Johnny and all that. You remember the mamas back in the 90s? The mamas was the realest mamas you can have. In the 90s, that's when you seen grandma. Grandma was still coming around the house dealing with their daughters and their granddaughters. In the 90s, grandma used to come up to the house, or you know what I'm saying, or grandma used to raise the child. Nowadays, the grandmother, she got a BBL, she got some new titties, she got a Nike fleece outfit on. She at the Starbucks dropping a straw trying to bend over so a young hood nigga like me would walk up out and like, oh, excuse me. Oh, granny, excuse me. Ooh. You know, hey man, hey, and then let me tell you something, boy. Hey, listen, catch it though. You understand me? Nah, I'm gonna say that for another day, man. But no, listen, man, the 90s was so crucial. And if we go down this rabbit hole, man, y'all gonna start seeing things that's gonna remind you of shit that you never paid attention to. The 90s was way more real than the 2000s. It's no, make no doubt about it. The 2000s got some little killers, but these niggas are emotional killers. In the 90s, it was about principle. It was about something totally different. This murder that took place between Tupac, Biggie, this was a money grab. This was about power and money and power. Let's go.
Gave them the money, it'd have been a murder for hire, and Puffy would be locked up.
Yeah, he said he's
a dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, and he even said that, like in retrospect, that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to Puffy by Zip stealing the money. Now Puffy isn't connected to that shit, or else it would have been like a murder for hire or something. You know what I'm saying?
The history between Tupac and Diddy traces back to the infamous Quad Studios shooting in 1994. Tupac always believed,
what are you doing? You spend all this time working out, eating right, and getting in shape.
that Diddy and Biggie were behind this attack, which left him wounded and deeply distrustful of his peers. This event is often cited as the catalyst that sparked the East Coast-West Coast feud. A rival mounting allegations and whispers in the hip-hop community, Diddy has always maintained his innocence. He has repeatedly denied any involvement in Tupac's or Biggie's murders, insisting that he had nothing to do with their tragic ends. But how much of this is true, and how much is simply an attempt to protect his legacy?
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect. But I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you hired like a journalist.
Yeah. No, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
The narrative takes a darker turn when Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, claimed that Diddy was not only involved in Tupac's murder, but also played a role in Biggie's death. According to Deal, Diddy brought Biggie to Los Angeles, knowing he might get dealt with as retaliation for Tupac's killing. He suggests that Diddy was aware of the danger Biggie was in, but chose to ignore it, leading to his tragic death in March 1997.
Everybody, y'all, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all like this because everything that's going down and Gene Deal is a solid dude, man. Gene Deal, you gotta look at everybody who got so close to this. Gene, big homie, keep doing what you're doing, man. Watch your six, bro, because it's finna go down. This is something that Gene Deal have been saying for years and years and years. You got to realize Gene Deal warned warned Puffy that he was, hey, listen, Biggie was finna die. He warned him. Gene Deal was right. Gene Deal was the actual guard at that moment that told him, hey, look, something ain't right. Gene Deal told Puffy that something was finna happen because he seen it. He already got the word. Somebody already walked up to him and gave him that 1-2. Puffy decided to ignore the situation. Y'all got to realize Gene Deal, hey, he the real. When it comes to this shit, a lot of people try to say Gene Deal, he just talking. No, Gene Deal know way more. And for some reason, Gene survived through all of this shit. If you look at everything that transpired, a lot of them died. Everybody then died, especially from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. Gene Deal survived, Puffy survived, Suge Knight survived, Keefe D survived. Everybody else died. So this lets you know how deep this rabbit hole go. A lot of these dudes did not make it, homie. We talking about in the 90s. The 90s, there was no social media. Nigga, it wasn't even no caller ID. Nigga, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna get back to it. The reason why most of y'all didn't grow without no daddy is because of caller ID. Why? Because niggas was cheating way back when. Niggas didn't just start cheating at the caller ID. Nah, nigga. When auntie found out and your mama found out, nigga, that caller ID, nigga, you could track the number. That's when they start kicking these niggas about the house. Keisha. Hey, Tyrone, who is Keisha? I don't know no Keisha, babe. It's that Keisha on this call ID. Let me call her back. Hey, nigga, break the phone. Boom, fuck this phone. Why you calling back that number? I'm telling you, caller ID destroyed a lot of households. Make no doubt about it. This is about to go down. Gene Deal, I actually think about Gene Deal because he survived this shit all. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure somebody probably tried to come at the Gene Deal because he know too much. Everybody who knew too much back then, they end up fucking dying, bro. They died. A lot of them dudes was innocent people. Frank, he died. Frank was a good fucking dude. You got to realize, nigga, Suge Knight had a police, nigga, his wife was fucking a police officer. Everybody was cross-playing everybody. The betrayal was real. See, back in the day, you didn't have social media where you could see somebody. You had to see somebody face to face. That's how you was able to judge, that read the room. You could judge somebody by their personality back then. You didn't look at no picture, no video and be like, oh, I don't like that nigga weak. Nah, nowadays, nigga, you gotta look at somebody from a fucking phone or from a computer, and you be like, oh, nigga, he think he all that. I don't like. Back then, you had to pull up on somebody. You had to watch how they get down, their body language. You had to see who they was if they say they was. Man, watch what's finna go down, man. I'm gonna stay tuned in with this game, man. But
you gotta look at what people do, man. You know, Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit.
With HoneyBook, you can make sure your marketing business is as polished and professional as you really are. Here's how.
Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm going to do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm going to put them out the pasture.
It's impossible to ignore the eerie similarities between the murders of Tupac and Biggie, who once used to be good friends. Both were shot to death while sitting in cars, just 6 months apart, in cities on opposite sides of the country. These parallels have led many to speculate that their deaths were orchestrated by the same individual, pointing fingers once again at Diddy.
You ready, nigga? Yeah. Ready for that raw dog shit, nigga? I'm on underground, man. Okay, all right. Let me see how I'm gonna hit you with. You wanna set it off? Yeah, I'm scared to do some freestyle. I'm scared to do some freestyle. Bro, I'm too high and I might go off tempo, but now I'm back to let these niggas know just how deep.
Gene Deal revealed that Diddy knew well in advance that Tupac and Diddy were going to die.
Somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge Knight gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
Biggie said he was shocked about Tupac's death and that he felt bad for his family. He would be killed in a similar fashion as Tupac just 6 months later. Biggie told Puffy that people were coming to kill them during the night of Biggie's murder. Puffy refused to listen and insisted on taking Biggie to the party where he would end up dead.
I tell Chaz, the day of the party, I spoke to Chaz. He said, yeah, it's gonna be some street shit, bro. I'm letting you know that. So now I called my man, I forgot his name D, but I called him. He used to fuck around with Jodeci. I asked him, was they coming to the party? Because we going to the Vibe party. And he said, nah, we ain't going. So I come in the house because I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel and I
go directly upstairs. I say, Paul, what Puff at? He upstairs with Kim. So I call him. I say, Puff. He comes to the top of the staircase. And I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, brother. You understand? Now, Puff, no. He ain't never heard me ever tell him not to go nowhere. And I didn't tell him not to go nowhere that night. I said, Puff, I got some intel. The guys are coming to kill us tonight at the museum party. He said, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. He said, you ain't got to go if you don't want to go. You understand? But I don't want to hear that.
Adding to the weight of these allegations is retired NYPD officer Derek Parker, who publicly stated that he believes Diddy might have had a hand in Tupac's death. This former officer's opinion adds a layer of credibility to the claims, suggesting that law enforcement officials may have suspected Diddy's involvement for years.
As I'd explained to the hierarchy here in New York about the Bad Boy, with Bad Boy versus Death Row, about how this whole thing started. What happens is that Orlando Anderson went out and he was in the car with 3 other people. All those 3 people are dead that were in the car with him. Right. So none of them were around. Keefe D was the only guy that was left. And he wasn't supposedly the actual shooter. He was in the car. So he gave up information incriminating himself on Vlad TV and other social media outposts where he was saying that he was there, he knew about the car, he knew about the shooting. Now, there was a problem with Puff, or Diddy, Sean Combs, as we say, and Death Row Records with Suge Knight. There was a total beef with them because of the shooting that happened in Atlanta with Jake Robles when he got killed, and one of Puffy's guys killed one of Suge's guys. So that beef stemmed from back then. But there was always this indication that Puffy paid or had money put up with another individual who's dead, named Zip, to provide protection money.
Most recently, Diddy was arrested on September 16th on a racketeering indictment. The timing has fueled speculation about whether this could also be connected to the long-standing rumors of his involvement in the murders of Tupac and Biggie.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. As seen in this video, entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
For decades, the murders of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. have remained 2 of the most enduring mysteries in the history of hip-hop. And while the truth may never be fully known, the recent allegations against Diddy have certainly reignited the conversation. Could there be more to this story than meet?
All right, man. So y'all gotta realize, man, this is a money grab at this point. A lot of people will sacrifice anything to get themselves out of trouble. So y'all better be prepared for Suge Knight to play a major part in this shit. Why? Suge Knight has been in prison for so long. Y'all seen when he got his time and he couldn't get the bail. He damn near had a heart attack in court. Nigga talk about, I can't see. I'm having, oh nigga. A lot of these dudes, it's all fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? Suge Knight needs to get out of prison. He's watching his youngest daughter get older and older, and she's having grandkids. Keefe D, he's a grandfather. These old men at the time, they didn't think what their life was going to be like 20 years after the fact. Now that these dudes are in their 60s and late 50s, this is definitely a health play. These dudes would do anything. I've told people all the time, everybody got this idea that, oh man, I'm gonna stay solid until I die. Nigga, you 60-something years old. You not that 20-year-old dude that you was back in the day. I don't believe a lot of these niggas out here that's pumping this high-power shit now, they gonna be feeling the same way when they 60. You know what I'm saying? You drinking liquor for 20, 30 years, you're on dialysis, you just beat cancer, you go to sleep at 3 a.m. because you can't stay up too long, you got sleep apnea and all that shit. A lot of these dudes, They don't care, nigga. You 60-something years old. Nigga, you don't care about the game at that point. Nigga, all your friends are dead. Everybody that took place between those murders between Biggie and Tupac, primarily majority of them dudes is dead. Y'all gotta understand, everybody knows, nigga, hey, the only thing changing the game is what? The players. You gotta look at corporations. People who ran multiple corporations in the 90s, they're senior citizens now. They're older. Appreciate the super sticker. It's going down, man. It's definitely finna go down. A lot of these niggas right now that's actually doing these hood vlogs, they don't even realize that they're finna come down, and they finna come down on anybody that's showing their face in today's time, showing that you're an active gang member, you're an active killer. Nigga, we killing shit. There ain't no peace treaty. You're promoting the genocide. And, I'm a real nigga. Half of these dudes don't realize, homie, that it's going to be a time where they look at him. We just seen you on YouTube, nigga. You can't go to court and say, hey, mama, hey, tell the pastor I be helping with the football league at the church. They like, son, we don't even got a football league. There's no more. Back in the day, letters of recommendation used to matter when you catch cases and go to court. They're following up with that shit now. It's no more looking at a letter and you bringing 10 family members and all these pastors. No, they looking into people's businesses now. It's finna go down, man. You got to be a smart criminal. There's no longer being a dumb criminal. That's why I say it's no longer called gang bangers. You have to be a street operator. You got to know how to operate in the streets, homie, if you want to survive. It's too many cameras, too much technology. Hell, nigga, they got this shit called clout seed where you think the hurricane that happened in North Carolina happened for no reason? You think the hurricane, look, bro, this is all a money grab. All of these things that's happening, it's even happening in the Bible. It's saying it in the Bible, homie. We are living in our last days, homie. And I want to say, just say dumb, but the uneducated, the unknowledge will perish. You're going to perish because you only have one mental institute. That's only for the now. You're not even thinking about the future. I don't care if you got money right now, homie. You're not going to have it in the future. Look at everybody that had money back then. They're going bankrupt. A lot of people are losing money because they didn't know how to micromanage money. I'm telling you, a lot of people who struggled for years, they're about to come to the forefront. A lot of people get mad talking about, oh, man, this person's not a rapper. He can't sing. He can't. It's not about talent anymore. It's about social media views. Can you influence people? Can you make people tune into what you got going on? If you can portray that and handle that, people will invest money into you. It's no longer being a Mariah Carey, no longer a Mary J. Blige or Whitney Houston. Shit, you give somebody some auto-tune and they got a fat BBW and they got sweat. They got Sexy Red as one of the greatest rappers of all time in today's generation. What can I say? But niggas better pick up a book and start reading and get to it, man. So look, big shout out to everybody tuned in, man. If y'all want me to continue dropping these type of videos, drop it in the comment section. Let me know y'all want me to keep going. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Follow me on Instagram. Send me some footage. Send me the footage of this shit if y'all really in tune. Y'all want me to thug with it. Hey, man, we could bang it out. But shout out to everybody who pulled up. Until then, I'll see y'all on the next video, gang. Let's get it.